It's my request to Dr. S.N. Chattopadhyay, the Principal Scientist, CNBP Division ICAR-NINFET, to co-chair the session. For the panelists, I would like to request Mr. R.P. Satyajit from Physicos ISS Private Limited. Please come on the stage and raise the chair. I'd like to request Mr. Rahul Agarwal from the Chorongi Terrace, India, to please come on the stage and raise the chair. It's my request, Dr. U.K. Niogi, the advisor, Kingston Educational Institute, Barashat, Kolkata, to please come on the stage and raise the chair. And there will be Sri Vikram Mahatta from the Green Fab Tech, who will be present in the online mode. Now, I would like to request Ms. Ruby to please greet our panelists with flower and Uttariya, please. Ruby is greeting Dr. S.N. Chattopadhyay. Dr. U.K. Niogi, the advisor, Kingston Education Institute, Barashat. Mr. Rahul Agarwal, Chorongi Terrace, India. Mr. R.P. Satyajit, Physicos ISS Private Limited. Now, the stage is yours, sir. Dr. Vasu.
Hello, good afternoon. Respected Dr. S.N. Chattopadhyay, Director NINFET, Dr. Satyawal, Dr. Director Sircot, Sharmaji, and the panelists present over the stage, Mr. R.P. Satyajit, Dr. U.K. Niogi, Mr. Rahul Agarwal, and the other participants who are joined online. I first say good afternoon. Actually, in this particular session, this is considered to be the concluding part of this whole 3-day program, and this is known as this Entrepreneurs Day or the Entrepreneurs Program, where all the budding entrepreneurs or the established entrepreneurs are participating, and they are going to share their experiences. Generally, in any of the activity or any endeavor, recognized is evaluated if it gives some positive results. Some results may be positive or the negative, whatever it is. That is basically evaluated just by their feedback, the feedbacks of their products. Ultimately, then NINFET is engaged in its various activities and one of them is technology transfer and the entrepreneurship. They are providing the hand-holding kind of the activities to uh, their trainings, and how much we have been successful. That is the day of evaluation, sir. So for this institution, because we have seen so many entrepreneurs, they have gathered here, they're on the dais and in front of the dais, they are sitting here, and we like to know how what is the actual the scorecard. So at the same time, we also discuss the various other issues which has been taken, which has been faced by this entrepreneurship as a program. So we, without taking much of the time, we can start directly to. I hand over to my co-chair, Dr. S.N. Chittopadhyay.
Thank you, Dr. Rajiv. Actually, I can say this is the National Natural Fiber Conclave or Symposium 2024. It is the last day, and it is, I think, it is one of the most important things, because throughout the year, our total team headed by our director, we try to develop innovative work, innovation, new technology, and at the end of our work, we are mostly dependent on the entrepreneurs. Sometimes we used to develop entrepreneur through startup activity, that is business incubation. And another thing is there, some established entrepreneurs, they also join our hand and they take interest in some of our technologies or our product. So after the end day, we have rightly chosen, because we started our work with the Foundation Day celebration. Then we had a very good interaction with our ex-employee to showcase our technology, our institute, how it is moving up and up. And we are trying to reach to every corner of our country. So we have organized a very nice fair. And fair is nothing but, it is the demonstration by the good work carried out by our entrepreneurs. And after that, now we are working with some important persons, those who are working or would be working with different type of memorandum of understanding. We are providing them with some technologies, but it is the right place to discuss, because our technologies we produce in the lab and also the pilot plant and go to the industry to make some trials. And after that, we used to hand over our product, our child, to the entrepreneurs. And we want to know from them, today is the day, how our childs are performing, whether they are being grown up, becoming adult, or becoming obsolete or old. So this is the day we want to hear from some important personalities. Rahul Agarwal, then Mr. U.K. Niyogi, Satyajit. I am finding in front of me also there are so many entrepreneurs sitting here. Mr. Bhattacharya, that is Vasanamik Falkram, and also I found some time back Mr. Anup Pandey from Birla Corporation. And in front of us sitting our honorable director and also the director of CIRCOT, Dr. Shukla Sahab. So in front of them, I hand over to hear some experiences from one our Mr. Rahul Agarwal, because he's sitting on my right. So he's the first person to speak in today's occasion and share his experience. And what is his expectation and how we can fulfill. Because in this event, our DDG in the first inaugural session has given us a very big target. So we have to achieve that. And you are the medium through which we can fulfill our target.
Thank you for those kind words. So I'll just introduce myself. So I come from a family business background, and my family has been in the jute industry for past 100 years. So I've seen jute growing and seen all the phases of the jute industry. So since my childhood, since my undergrads, I've been researching into other fibers like flax, hemp, nettle, remi, and other all these fibers. After my masters, we started our trial with my journey with hemp. So hemp is basically a restricted commodity after the 1980s. Hemp is the same family as of cannabis. So the narcotics department in 1980s banned hemp because of various reasons, because it comes under drug. So right now with Uttarakhand legalizing hemp, the industry is looking at a bright future, and we started our journey. And in the industry, I see like one of the pioneers of the industry is Bombay Hemp, where Mr. Ratan Tata was the first investor, which pushed us as young entrepreneurs to invest our time in hemp. Hemp is very similar to what jute and flax is. Anything that comes out of the stem is of the same family. And I've been associated with this institute under the guidance of director sir, and he's like my guardian, and we are trying to build some new technologies around hemp. One is on the textile side, where we make use of the hemp fiber into textile grade fibers, and we spin yarns and make cloth and other products out of it. And the other is the supply chain issue which the industry right now faces, because there is no technology for hemp after it's grown. Since we've seen jute after growing, there's a wetting process, there's a water wetting process. But in Uttarakhand, the knowledge of water wetting, the water availability is so poor that we cannot implement the same structure which is present in the jute industry to the hemp industry. So on the supply chain issue, the main problem is of extraction of fiber from the stem. So we are working, we've already signed two MOUs in the past couple of days. On the third, on the foundation day, we signed an MOU regarding extraction of hemp fiber from the stem through the multi fiber extraction machine that the institute has developed. Dr. Sambu, Dr. Pratik has been a major part of, and we are doing trials, industry grade trials, where we right now we will process some large quantities of dew rated hemp, which is much more sustainable than what water rating is, and then we'll study how different the fiber is from a water rated fiber and dew rated fiber that comes out of these machines. Since we'll have to look at a global level, in France or in China, where we compete as an industry, there are large scale machines which is used, and water rating is banned over there. Other than in India and Bangladesh, water rating is banned all over the world. So we'll have to look at a sustainable rating process, not only in hemp but also in jute, which we plan, which I as an entrepreneur plan, and to be the middleman from the farmer to the jute mills or the spinning mills, where we have a machinery setup and we skip the part of whole 15-day water rating processes. So these are, and the second MOU was on spinning yarns and making and doing trials at an industrial level. So these are two MOUs that we've recently signed, and we believe that since research takes time, which I've learned the hard way, because I'm very young in this field, and my passion towards the bass fibers is so high that I want we come from a generation where we want returns very fast. But the research process takes time, what I've learned. And since it is an agricultural product, the cycle of growing, then learning, then making mistakes, it's bigger. We also work with the sister institutes like CRIJAP, where we are planning to take up flax and grow flax out of like 100% of flax is imported, and we plan to stop import from the homegrown seeds from Trijaf JRF2, and we've signed our MOUs over there as well. So we're working in a holistic manner, and not only focused on jute per se, but we'll have to look at a macro level where we see the plants as vast fibers, and we make the best use of those fibers. And Because the past 10, 20 years of the industry has seen a shift from like 80% exports to exports shrunk down to 20%, and we've also seen the shift from the name of this institute from a jute oriented institute to a natural fiber, very broader vision, which serves guidance. We hope that we come and we make a couple of advancement in these technologies.
From Rahul Agarwal has been done, and I think we are going on a right path, because as you told, research take time, and also there is some gestation period also. So hopefully your perseverance and also your stick to the path will definitely help you. And our respected Dr. U.K. Niyogi sir.
Good afternoon to everyone. Especially thanks to Director Sakia Saab for his wonderful motivational works. He is a man of inspirations. Appreciate for that. Dr. Shukla, thanks for your global statistics. It's a wonderful statistics you have remembered. It's very difficult to remember at this age. Nice hearing for all the statistics, whatever I have heard. It is in my heart already. And I thanks to all the bodies here, all the panelists here. And you know that hackathon project they have nicely organized. For that Sanjukta Ghosh very beautifully described about the plastic waste. I appreciate his delivery, hard delivery in a nice way. I think he's the SRF here with a botany background. Good students you have. Now, the panel discussions, where we have discussed for different fibers, natural fibers, cotton, jute, wool, then, waste to wealth, all those things. Here I've noticed in your board that alternative to leather, alternative to plastic. Thanks, you are doing a lot of work for alternative to leather that I've heard last time from Dr. Sengupta and Dr. Samanta also. Regarding alternative plastic, what she has described, the huge million tons are lying here. We want the green environment, green energy, green environment that we require, that recycling. India, what India is doing now, in the if you go to the villages and all, they are making this, collecting this, all the plastic water bottles in the different colors and all. They're cleaning, segregating, and then they're making the grinding and make the granules. Chips, not even granules, also chips. Then they're exporting this chips to the China and all. And what China is doing, they're making these granules. After that, the granules, it is converted to the jean and the decorative fabrics. So why you can't do here also? So it's a better income, economic growth will be much more on that. So this is the one thing that always we have to consider on that. I think textile committee, your people also doing CISA. CISA is doing also on that. And here, one thing I have seen with Director Sir today in the lab, that keratin of wool is a wonderful. It's a totally waste of the wool. No use. Hither and thither you can see the wools in Haryana, Jammu, Kashmir, everywhere. No cost. We can collect this wool. Convert to keratin. This keratin can be used for the creams, cosmetic papers, and all whatever not. All those things it comes in the medicine even. So it's a wonderful. They are done. They are done in the liquid form. They are done in the granule form. Then they are making into the powder form. This keratin is the largest producer. We can make it and export to the other countries. There's a huge demand of the keratins now. So we can look for that one. And because you are dealing all with the natural fiber and all, so I have already discussed to NINFET, to Director Dr. Gupta, even Dr. Samant also last day. We are very much interested. We are in the concept stage. We are making this sanitary napkin from pineapple fabric. We have decided in two ways. One, replacing the wooden pulp by the pineapple pulp. That pineapple, powder, we can make by crushing, by grinding, we can make the powder. In place of the wooden powder, there are 5 layers. In between the layers, the one layer is coming for the wooden fiber. So we can replace the pineapple fiber by way of baggage. Residue of this, whatever the residues coming after this, pineapple extraction, that we can do, make it powder and can use for this powder to replace this wooden pulp. Why I'm telling you? Now the question is that whether pineapple pie is available abruptly here or not. We have, in the Kingston Institution, have the infrastructure, have the, office there, though it is a government, we cannot hide it. We have to use on that. It's a big volume of spaces. What my secretary has told, that Mr. Kumar Churchy, we can use that one, get this pineapple. It's the largest abundant production there in Tripura and Northeast. Tripura is very much famous for this pineapple. So we can use and make this grinding and proper way medicated and get this powder here to make this, alternative use for this wooden pulp here. So it will be medicated. Where you can process it well so that it will be better suggestible thing. This is the one way that I have already discussed with Satyajit, and Satyajit is also in this line, hemp and all. And another way things we are planning to make this fabric. The fabric, I have just discussed with Samanto also, that we can make this fabric in oven or in non-oven. But non-oven thickness is much more here, it is 130 GSM here. But we have to try that GSM level to 90 to 100 GSM. If we can make this non-oven fabric, it will be a wonderful achievement for us for this non-oven fabric for the pineapple to use for the sanitary napkin. Otherwise, we can go for this oven right from the leaves of the pineapple. So this is our thinking. This is the idea, because the entrepreneurship, what is that? I'm talking to the students. What is that? It's any new product you develop it. Now first you build up your ideas, that idea to generate and develop it. Then it will be going for the scalability, so that you can, somebody has told here, Dr. That in IGIDA, Dr. huh? Dr. Sharma, he has told that time that, business करो तो profit होना ही चाहिए. So scalability is must. That means for the students, it is a new product, idea generation, new product development, and this scalability with the profit margin, so that your entrepreneurship will be fulfilled on that. So here, these all those things for the cotton, jute, wool, natural fibers. And here is a wonderful to see here in NINFET. They are using 11 natural fibers. Hemp, angora, even flake, all those things, essential fibers. But case to case applications are there. It's a good jobs they are done, they are doing. And here, waste to go. So we have done the alternative to leather, alternative to plastic. So I'm telling you, you can do for the alternative to glass also. And already we have done it. That I can show you the small presentation to you. We have done this, it's a unique thing we have achieved for the Hackathon 3.0 project, Hackathon 3.0 project for the MSME. We are mixing clay with the waste glass powder, 70% clay and 30% glass powder, waste glass powder. And the unique things we have developed that I'll show you just a 2 or 3 minute slides to you. Then you can understand how is the achievement is going by the Kingston, with the faculty and the students along with them. Can you please show this? Yes, sir. Hmm? 2 minutes. It's just 2 minutes. Hello. There's an innovative brick manufacturing, clay and glass composite. It will strengthen sustainability and enhancing strength. We all know about the sustainability in environment and all those things that we are using this, clay and glass waste to make this composite of the brick manufacturing. It's totally for the construction purpose. Next. This is the product. Our institute name is Kingston Educational Institute. That KEI stands for that. We have already developed with the furnace and getting this KEI product. Next. There are, why challenges that I don't want to explain. Next. Objective that I don't want to explain. Next. There are process. Little bit I have to tell, just very quickly I can tell. First we will collect the waste glass, that is called collect. We can get it, that one. Sourcing already arrangements. Then we are making the sorting and cleaning. Then we are making the crushing. That just by jugari hisab se hum log kar raha hai. That grinding machine, small grinding machines are making in the powder form. Next. Then we are making this, soil weather preparations, clay selections, the good selections there. That is available in our Barasat locality with the plasticity and all. We can see we have selected the clay and then weathering that. After the clay, we are giving it the sunlight and making a weathering to give it the dry cell. Next, then mixing clay and glass. The clay and glass waste, it's a totally homogeneous mixing. So that there should not be any, anything in a uniform mixing we want. That we have to make this uniform mixing, and it takes by the hand manual as well as by our in-house machinery also. We have done it. Next. Then achieving desired quantity water additions, more and more we have to give the water additions. then consistency optimization will come. Next, molding. So we have make a format. You know, in the peak, you can see we have make a format. As per the format, it is the size of the format, and that format. After that, that clay and glass is fully paste and compressed and making to the developing this glassy glass kacha brick. Then we are making drying in the sunlight. Then so this is the weight of the KEI glass. That's the weight is the 4.66 kg is the weight of the individual glass, individual stick. Next, then furnace. That furnace temperature, the heat bata. Because the furnace temperature is 1800 degrees, that is 982 degrees centigrade. But here the plus point is that the glass will not melt, but because the glass temperature is 1700 degrees centigrade, where it is around 1819 glass. 980. So it is a more compatible, and it is better than the clay also. Clay temperature can melt on 15 degrees centigrade also, but in the glass it is a better replacement. Not replacement, partial adding on that. The quality control and all this. Thank you very much.
Permitted, I have some questions. Sir, have you taken a trials on?
Yes, already.
What trials? Actually, generally, sorry to say, the glass is the high performance fibers generally, and it is for the high temperature applications where just like furnace, kiln applications is there. I don't know. I'm not questioning this one, but the question is, my point here is. This is the application is where do you find these applications? The institute for what purpose? For manufacturing, construction purpose. But in that case, actually, the glass fibers, the manufacturing cost and it is not while manufacturing the fibers, glass fibers requires a lot of energy, a lot of this, environmental cost is involved in that because in that case generally we goes for the application in whatever I have collected. This is the glass fibers, carbon fibers. These are the fibers in highly synthetic and high performance fibers. They are meant for high end applications where the normal fibers cannot be used. Okay, you have done it so this is for the high performance.
I'm telling you, it gives the more strength, it's a viable, and the longevity. We have already prepared that glass. Already we have this glass, fabric sample also. That big sample. Okay.
Since you have this is a new approach or already the approach has been solution has been given, and this type of brick having some specific use for the furnace actually. Furnace there are high temperature required furnace brick, and I will add here since it is about 25% you are using the glass 30%. Our institute also developed a brick, and in that we are not using clay. We are using rice husk S, where the about 70% of rice husk and some other chemical composition. There are no burning, no firing or no sand, so many things in no clay, and it is giving very high performance and low cost also. So if any of the know-how can helpful and make the collaboration, our scientist Dr. Aarti has already established that brick, and we have also when you are coming then after this, we can also see clay as well as the paper block they develop. So how this knowledge, what we have and you have, only the challenge is how to upskill technology, how to commercialize this technology and how to weigh out to come to with the classified construction agencies or UWD or CWD or the schedule of the construction where this they are using, because of this material cannot be used till that it has some GIS standard. So for that, what kind of the approach you are, and we are also thinking. So how, what is the approach? Who are the agency from where these products will be included in their schedule? They should be certified for application. Otherwise, this knowledge will be capped or will be linked with the laboratory or some academic institution. So jointly we can work and see the how this can be.
It's a very good approach. You know, already I will show you the big sample. Already I have come with a sample. Has he gone to bring the sample? So what happens, you know, already we have spoken to Glass and Ceramic Research Institute. They are certifying it. Now, because they are, I have taken this idea with the Glass Ceramic Institute. And moreover, earlier to that, my concept was that, you know, with the plastic waste, I'll make it in the with the clay. But plastic waste temperature is only 335 degrees, while the furnace temperature is 998 degrees centigrade. So it will melt like that. So it is coming perforated. So now this glass temperature is much more. It is 15 degrees and above, and the furnace temperature is 998. So it is a well built and immediately I have shown you the sample. It is a uniform. It is a strong build, and you know it will be very much marketability, scalability. And I'll show you the samples, and I can make this joint collaboration with you also for that purpose. If you, because you are already done, so you can, because that heat is the very much, you know, for the sophisticated building and all, you can use all those things by the participation and all, and there will be no fire on that, because मिट्टी का जो मिट्टी का है ना, वो तो fire लगने से का, because but this glass temperature is much more than the clay. So that is the plus point. And this, you know, it's a uniform distribution. If you can go to the physical product, you can understand. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your nice presentation, and also whatever our director has said, we have already gone through a long way for the preparation of the bricks. So I think you are using glass, clay, but also along with that glass, clay, and also the rice of dust or ash. If three combination can be made, something better, some better product can be made. Yes, it is having silica, so it is having a very good sense. So yes, yes. So all these things we can have a very good collaborative work. Yes, yes. Of course, because the glass you are using, which is creating nuisance in the garbage. So if it can be dust and also mixed with the clay, our innovations with the rice husk gas and all these things, it can have a very good future. A very good future, I think. Yes. And price will reduce. Yes, yes. Yes. Yes, yes. Then it will be a very good venture, and I think Mr. Satyajit he is eager to share his experience and his experience with our institute also, starting from our online discussion, how it happened, and you can chronologically so that the budding entrepreneurs can think what you have done, and others can also follow your way. Satyajit.
Thank you once again, sir. Very good afternoon to everyone. I know it's been a long day. I will try and not take much time and walk you through my journey of entrepreneurship and becoming an entrepreneur. Drawing inspiration from some of the previous presentations and conversations that Dr. Shukla, Dr. Sharma, Dr. Shakyavar, shared with us and their experiences. my strong opinion of entrepreneurship, drawing inspiration from what they are saying, is, when to become an entrepreneur, you really don't need to be a business owner, right? Entrepreneurship is all about solving problems. So you could very well solve problems even in a job that you might be. You might be working for somebody else, but still you have the opportunity to solve problems. But when we talk about entrepreneurship on a larger scale, making a bigger impact, giving you the power and the energy to make a change in the world, that is where I think entrepreneurship with business comes into play, where we can be independent and still be able to solve problems in the world. And as we have seen all day long, the number of problems is not, is not a constraint. There are so many problems to solve, as we saw so many ideas being generated in so many different areas. So I come up from a Bachelor of Engineering in mechanical background, and I worked in various industries, from small scale industries to multinational companies, renowned organizations across the globe. And then I decided to do my MBA, so I went to Canada, and I did my MBA, stayed there for 8 years, and I worked for a Canadian defense organization as well. But all along, there was one thing that kept, stinging me, is that I'm not able to create impact. And all the while, I was very sure that I wanted to do something for the people of this country, come back and be able to be of service. Of course, with many other commitments and my desires as well. Fortunately, with the opportunity that I was provided, I came back to India, and then I reinitiated the whole thought process of getting into an entrepreneurial journey in terms of owning a business. And that's when I started or decided to collaborate with two of my colleagues, one who's based out of Canada and the other who's based out of India. And I'm based out of Bangalore in Karnataka. So we decided to get together and started brainstorming ideas. Right now, that was my premise when I started saying that there are so many problems to solve. We started jotting down problems week after week, month after month. So we spent maybe around 2.5 months, so two years almost, trying to narrow down on one problem to solve. Finally, we arrived at this interesting piece, which was affecting the entire globe, entire population, and climate change, and all the other problems related to environment. So that's when we thought, okay, let's solve this problem of plastic. Now, again, solving the problem of plastic is also not a small thing, right? It's not like you solve it overnight and then you have a solution. If that was the case, I guess none of us would be sitting here talking about all these things. So once again, we started brainstorming, trying to see how do we get to that problem, which can once again create impact. And that's where we thought, let's start small and then start growing big. Then came the idea of developing sustainable sanitary napkins, which we know is a problem that exists in the sense that there is, I guess, 15 billion ton of plastic generated thanks to the sanitary napkins and the diapers. And that is something which we thought will cause, or is a cause that we want to associate ourselves with. Of course, we are out there to solve the problem that there is lack of knowledge, there is lack of information, lack of availability of sanitary napkins in various parts of the country, right? So again, perhaps we are all privileged here, sitting in a developed city where we are aware of all these things which we can openly talk about. But even today, sanitary napkins is a taboo that you really cannot speak about in public, right? People look at you with with an eye that you probably don't want to be in a situation. So that is something which we thought we'll use as an opportunity to educate people. Of course, all those who are part of this process, who understand the importance of feminine hygiene. There are so many people dying today because of not being aware of availability of sanitary napkins. So that is a cause that we thoroughly related with, and we wanted to solve as a starting point. Of course, there is a very big piece to the whole journey of entrepreneurship is having a vision. Without vision, I suppose there is not much further we can get. No matter how many good ideas we have, we will all remain in the stages of solving those problems in absolute, isolation or silos, as they call, right? So vision is something that is very important, and that is something that we have to stick to as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, and work towards that vision. Vision is something which you cannot achieve, for instance. That sounds a little demoralizing, but then that's the direction that we want to move in. So that's when we said, okay, let's eliminate the problem of plastics. I know we cannot do it overnight. I know we cannot do it alone. I know it will not happen maybe even in 50 years. But it's only if we all get together, if we all pledge to solve this problem, which is a global calamity, which is to come, and we have talked about it all day, perhaps all 3 days that you have been part of this conversation. I think there is a lot more to it. There's only a minuscule level of what we can do, a drop in the ocean. And that's what we thought we will start doing, right? Solving the problem of plastics, starting from sanitary napkins, sustainable sanitary napkins. So that is where we came in contact with NINFET. We were very fortunate, and I cannot thank enough. And I was saying, the concept of vision, I guess that is the vision Dr. Shakyavar has shown all along. And this is where we aligned that our visions match, right? We want to solve the same problem. Of course, he wants to solve many more problems, not just the problem of plastics, but we converged on that problem. That's how our association with NINFET began. And thanks to all the amazing dignitaries that we have on the dais and off the dais, that we had the very first conversation where we exchanged our thought process. And this is something I feel extremely privileged and honored to be here, and even to be given the opportunity to sit here amongst such amazing people with wealth of knowledge. Together, I think we have hundreds of years of knowledge here in the field of natural fibers. And I'm an infant when it comes to that, because it is not my field. And this is something that I really want to learn and grow and build a business forward in, right? So that's the direction we want to move forward in. And that's where the very first conversation with NINFET gave me the confidence that we can solve a problem. And thanks to the dynamic leadership of Dr. Shakyavar, Dr. Chattopadhyay, Dr. Karthik Samanta, and all Dr. S.P. Roy and everybody else that was involved in this whole process, that we aligned very quickly, and we decided that we will embark on this journey. And then came the problems of an entrepreneur. I know it's too early, right? We are still in an infancy stage, but I'm talking about 6 months ago when we had this conversation. We said we will sign an MOU and we'll get started without any further ado. And perhaps by January of this year, we'll have a business, right? Your unit set up, maybe even expanding, all those big ideas and dreams. But the entrepreneurial journey is so much fun, and there are so many hurdles along the way. Yes, solving problems. This first problem was registering as a firm. You could think it's an easy thing to do, right? When you're talking about all Make in India campaign and things like that. No, the government is doing great, right? So no questions about all the great work that the government is doing. But the reality is very different. You have problems every step of the way, right? There is so much complication in terms of the team dynamics, people coming from various backgrounds, their background checks, the proofs that you need to provide, being a Canadian, being an Indian. There's so much difference of the documentation that you have to provide and so on. So the whole process took 3.5, 4 months. And you saw this afternoon that we finally signed the MOU after 6 months of multiple conversations. But once again, as they say, finally the day arrived. Yes, hopefully from here on the journey will be smoother. Again, I'm keeping my fingers crossed, and I know the reality which will be very different. but thanks to the patience of NINFET for sticking with us, for believing in us, and providing us the opportunity to make a change, make a difference in the society. So I'm sure this is just the start of the journey, and there are going to be a lot more, milestones and achievements that we have to together accomplish as an organization. And as I was mentioning even earlier, this is not a problem that we can solve on our own, and we need to get together and really look at this problem at a large scale. So the more the number of players in this industry, I guess the better it is. Much to the contrary thought process of competition is a problem. I really believe that if we want to truly solve a problem, more the competition, the better it is. So here, once again, it was a great opportunity to meet with some of the most dynamic people in the industry that I have known. And I'm sure we'll be passing, we will be crossing our paths, and we'll be passing information with each other. We'll be working together, and I definitely look forward to working with all of you and learning a lot more and growing through this entrepreneurial journey. And one day, hopefully, we can all sit here, talk about how much we have achieved and how much further we can go. And if there is anybody that's inspired to take up entrepreneurship in the crowd or whoever, we all consider ourselves privileged to have been given this opportunity to sit here and talk about a problem as big as this. So thank you once again for everything, and I look forward to a very long association with you.
Thank you, Satyajit. And you rightly said, we cannot solve it easily, but together we can. So with this word, I say, hello, Mr. Suresh. I think you are in the online. Hello, Mr. Suresh, Mr. Mahato.
Yeah, sir. I'm online, sir.
Mr. Mahato is online, no? Mr. Mahato, you are online? Acha. Mr. Suresh, I think.
Yeah, I'm online, sir.
Mr. Suresh is online. I think our chairman, sir, you can interact with Mr. Suresh. He is online.
Good afternoon, sir.
Mr. Suresh.
Yes, sir.
You can share your experience, your expectation, how it is going with NINFET, and you can share your experience, please.
Yeah, sure. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Suresh. I'm from Shimoga, Karnataka. Actually, I met Dr. L.K. Naik during G20 function at Hyderabad. Actually, we have developed a palm leather earlier to this one. That is, I think most of them know the areca leaves, plates, and everything. I soaked that areca leaf in a solution for which I have an India patent registered. So that I will convert that hard part of the leather into a softer one. So, but there was a limitation in that one. That is some maximum size of 1.5 by 1.5 size. When we met Dr. L.K. Naik during G20 in Hyderabad, I showed my product, and doctor has told that it is very nice. But I told that at that time I am not satisfied with my product. I want to make a bigger sheet of leathers, vegan leather from this one. And immediately doctor has told that you can come to our institute, we will help you out. And then doctor has arranged with director Saab meeting after a couple of days, and along with Dr. Santanu Basak sir. And I came there, and I signed that MOU and sent that some raw materials to NINFET. They developed extracted the fiber, and they have developed a fiber leather from it. It is wonderful. Most properly, within another 1 week to 10 days, we are releasing first product from that one. I'm very grateful to the NINFET, all the support. Dr. Shekevar sir has given wonderful encouragement to go forward, and I'm really lucky to have such a great persons sing with in my venture. I'm very thankful to NINFET sir. It's a great journey with NINFET. I'm looking forward furthermore support from NINFET. Thank you, sir.
Hello. Anyone else left? Well, no, I think all are. So really, it's a wonderful listening all the experiences of all the entrepreneurs. All have given their journey of experience with the NINFET, and NINFET has been kind enough. All the time they have extended their full support, and finally they have reached to their the milestone that they have achieved. Although some difficulties they have faced, that is a part and parcel of their this profession or this endeavor. This is always there because no endeavor is free from all the difficulties. Difficulties will be there, and the question is your perseverance, your commitment, and your vision. Because it is not the vision of the others, it's your vision that you have taken, and that gave you the strength, and that made you to move forward. And this is applicable to all the entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs की जो characteristic है वो यही है कि वो कभी घबराता नहीं है. Am I right? Although all the 3.5 years he has spent, and even as per his view, nothing has been achieved. It's okay. It's a part of the life. But ultimately, you will succeed. I know, because you have got the solution. You have seen your target. Okay, it's up to you to move ahead. The hand holding is there. The whole NCC, NINFET family, good lab and expertise, they are with you only. And you go and you have faith and move with them, and you will achieve yourself the success. This is my opinion.
Thank you, Chairman, sir. And I think we will go hand in hand with our esteemed entrepreneurs. And hopefully those who have come and join hands with us, we will extend our hand even more to give the best. Thank you. Thank you.
With the same note, with the chairman sir and co-chairman sir, I also extend our thanksgiving attitude to all the entrepreneurs who were with us from the last few years. And today is the time to appreciate them and to encourage them and to give a thank you to them. For this, I would like to request Dr. D.P. Rai, the head CNBP division, to please come up on the stage and appreciate our entrepreneurs from the last few years. Dr. D.P. Rai.
Respected chairman of the session, co-chair, and the dignitaries on the dais. Sir, this year that institute has taken a new initiative also that to award these promising entrepreneurs, especially the people who are actively involved with us for promoting our products and taking it further to the new front. So with these actually 3 entrepreneurs, the committee formulated and the committee evaluated that what are the major entrepreneurs who have been involved with us over the year, and we found that the 3 entrepreneurs who have done excellently this year. The third promising entrepreneur selected was that Washonomics Fulcrum Private Limited. It's not the ranking, it's not like that is ranking, but 1 to 3 it is there at first. But the number 3 I will be telling, third promising entrepreneur to Washonomics Fulcrum Private Limited. There will be a certificate and memento for him, I request Mr. Shumakar Bhattacharya to come up to the stage and to take this honor from our chairman. So I want the big round of applause from the house. The second prize promising entrepreneur is the Frank's Enterprise Private Limited. Probably Rahul is there, and he is the person who have been involved actively with us. I request Rahulji to take that honor from our chairman. The first promising entrepreneur who have been involved with us for developing the vegan leather with our institute with different products is none other than Sureshji from Corona Creations Private Limited. He is in online mode. So thank you, Sureshji, for being with us.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so
On
much.
behalf of NINFET family, we just request that you be in touch with us and take our technology further.
Definitely, sir.
Congratulations, Sureshji.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So on behalf of Sureshji, I request Shekhar Das, since he is involved in that taking the technology with Dr. Bosak. Santanu is not here, so Shekhar is co-PI. I request Shekhar to take that. So Sureshji, on behalf of you, our scientist, Mr. Shekhar, is taking that up.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
So I now request Madam to take the program further.
So we are at the end of this 3 days program, and for this and the final, I'd like to request Dr. D.P. Rai for a formal vote of thanks. Dr. D.P. Rai, please.
Sir, over these 3 days, we have seen that Madam Paramita Mutrumkar, she has been involved and actively involved on this dais throughout the day. So our committee and our director sir told that special appreciation is required for us. So I request our chairman sir to award this memento to the madam as well, Paramita Mukherjee. So it's a big task for me to offering the formal vote of thanks, and it is evening, and a very good evening to all of dignitaries of the dais and on the dais. Sir, it's a huge event, as you have been involved. You have seen, especially our chairman sir was there last 3 days. Last 3 days, we are actively engaged with this Foundation Day, Farmers Day, and Entrepreneurs Day. So we are lucky enough, the galaxy of very important personalities were present with us and over 3 days, and they have decorated our system, they have decorated our design institute. We have been honored for your presence. Sir, it is extremely happiest moment that none other than DDG Agriculture Engineering, Dr. S.N. Jha, but at the very beginning, he has inaugurated the program as and acted as chief guest of the program in the very inaugural session of the Foundation Day, and he just led us like anything from the front. He used to lead, and whatever the things he used to impose. Sometimes it is imposition is also required. We try to do it. That's why that our institute is coming up. It's moving like anything. So thank you our Jha sir. He is our mentor, our guide also. I'd like to thank our ADG sir. Today he left. Our ADG sir was there, Dr. K. Narshaya, ADG Process Engineering. He who has been very instrumental for operating our system, our whatever the activities are, day-to-day activities are going on. He has been actively engaged with our director, sir. What are the things to be done? What are the way we can come forward? So thank you, Dr. Narshaya, sir. Many directors have been involved in our foundation day. They were invited and they graced the occasion, among which Dr. Gauranga sir was there, who was none other than the director of the ICAR Triage. Even Dr. Nachiket Kotwali sir, he was director. He is the director of ICAR-NINFET. So and Dr. Shukla is present here today. He is the director of ICAR-CIRCUT. Even Dr. Pradeep Dey, he is the director of Atari. So these directors were present. Even Dr. Mir Shakar is the director of NRCER. So at a time, so much of directors were never present in this hour. So these much directors of ICAR Institute were present. So thank you all. Director NINFET, so I will be coming to Director NINFET. He is the most dragging effort he is putting. So this, thank you all the directors, especially Dr. Shukla, who has been here from the CIRCUT, from CIRCUT. So for this program, he came from that CIRCUT. And he has seen all the facilities, he is roaming here around, what are the things that are going on. He's been involved with our scientists also. He's knowing everybody one is to one. So thank you all, and thank you Dr. Shukla sir also. I'd like to thank our Professor Shadhanand Patel sir. He's the Dean of one of the College of Engineering, and he just today he left. And Commodore Jolie, A.K. Jolie, Chairman sir. And most importantly, today's chairman of this station, Dr. Basne sir. Dr. Rajiv Basne, who has been involved actively the last 3 days in different occasions, different programs. He was here with us. Thank you, sir. Thank you for being cordial enough to us and for being present with us and supporting us, guiding us like anything. I'd love to convey my sincere regards, thanks to none other than Dr. Yuken Yogi, sir. He is very instrumental. I thought that when I learned somebody young chap will be there who is very much fascinated about present here in our organization and the institute. And when I talked yesterday, I found that he is seriously young chap. And today I found that he is very young boy who is very much enthusiastic about the natural science. So thank you, sir. Thank you for being with us. Be with us. It is very much required that your support, your guidance is always required, sir. Today in morning session, Mr. Jintu Das was there. He is the Joint Director of the Directorate of Youth Development. Today's morning, that another some few guests were there. And they are also very much instrumental for taking our technologies further. And most importantly, even Sureshji is present here, even Satyajit is present here, Rahulji is present here. They are the most dragging effort they are putting, whatever the technologies we are generating, they are taking it further away. And that's why we are able to take our technology. But thank you, I would like to thank all those things. But there is a man behind who is instrumental, because the institute was there for 85 years. But one man who has changed the scenario and who is trying for the fix of the paradigm, and that man is none other than Dr. D.B. Shakwa. He is the most instrumental force, and he is taking us to that. He is scolding, inspiration, every effort is taking this institute further. Otherwise, these have been would have been that one of the dying institutes. But last 3 years, he is here, more than 3.5 years, he is here, and he is instrumental to taking all the effort he is putting on that. And he sleeps only 4 to 5 hours, and he never allows to others to sleep again. So every time, actually, he will be on call. Even he never goes to market, he never stops, but only throughout the day he will be involved with the office. I have never seen such kind of a dynamic person in my life. So I used to, sometimes I get called from my wife also. So today at night you are reaching at 10 and you are getting a call from your director. So thank you, sir. Thank you for your effort and your support. You are doing whatever the things, it will be there in the institute, but your name will be remain always with us. Thank you, sir. I would like to thank Mr. Many entrepreneurs who are there. Among this, I've already 3 people I told, but Bhomik calculator, he is taking a big role also, because he is making the miniature machine, spinning machine. That is the future of the jute industry in future. And Mr. Bhomik calculator, Gautam Bhomik, he is taking that course. I would like to thank him also. From that, Shubhankar Babu is that who is making the banana pulp for the preparation of the sanitary napkin. Our Sumant Rai, who has taken our NINFET Sati to the field as well. Mr. Bhuditya Shah from IJMA, Mr. This is Vikram Mohta, Greencraft Technologies, and I told about that Mr. Satyajit and others. So these forces actually, at this moment, sir, we are having more than 10 these 15 external funded projects and contractual projects also. So we are getting fund from their side also. So are doing specific job. So thank you one and all for your support, sir. I would like to thank all of the head of the divisions of this institute who has been very instrumental and the senior most person like Dr. Chakravarti sir. He has guided us. He was head of this division of chemical of the biochemical processing division. He made the division change the scenario as well. So thank you, sir, for being with us. Other head of the division like Dr. Lakshmikant Nayak, Sandhya Devnath, Dr. Abhijit Das sir, who is the manager, Hall Management Committee chairman as well. So thank you all for your support. I would like to thank our head of office, Mr. Sudipti Gupta, head of finance, Madam Anushka Majumdar, administrative officers and staff like Swarnali Mukherjee Madam, Mr. Javed, Mr. Ratan Rai, Mr. Sujit Babu, and overall Mr. Balaram Babu, who is in the organizing the food and all those things who has been involved. So thank you all. I would like to thank all the students who has come forward for this participating today's program you have seen. The entrepreneurs yesterday, they have seen the farmers, youth gathering, they have came forward for this participation in the program. So I'd like to convey my sincere regards and thanks to them. And the college authorities and the schools who has allowed their students to be participation in this institute. I'd like to thank all the committee members and hall management committee as well. Special thanks are due to 2-3 important persons. We have seen, sir, that Mr. Kaushik Mitra, who has taken all the history making things. He is taking all the photographs, and you can be astonished to see that last 85 years photograph he is capturing. He is having that photograph. So he is the custodian of all those things. So thank you, Dr. Kaushik Babu, for your support. Another Mitra and Patro should be together. Another Kaushik, Karunamal Patro is also there. So he is looking after this electricity and his team is also there. So Mr. Karunamal Patro and the security staff, housekeeping staff of this institute. Special thanks are due to also Mr. Tejina and his team. Tejina with Kundu and Sayak, they are from the very first day, they are in the system and the instruments and the entire team in the instruments for their support. I would like to thank Mr. Ashok Das, who has been very much instrumental for developing all those lights and all those things, pandas and all those things. He has been very much instrumental on that. So special thanks due to him. I would like to convey my sincere thanks to KBKs, FPOs, ICAR Institute, Handicrafts, the show you have seen. They are also, and self-help groups also. So they are very much supportive to us. And special thanks to organizing secretary, Dr. Sandhya Devnath. He is the head of the mechanical processing. So from the very beginning, last 2 months, he was with director sir. He all the events, nitty-gritty things he decorated, and now we have at the end of this program. Sincere thanks are due to the media house. Lot of media house. You have seen Akashvani, Doordarshan, print media. Many people who are there over this year. Even the radio also there, and all the ICAR-NINFET staff and other staff as well. And I know many names I forgot, but I should not forget these people because until unless they are there, this program would not happen. So sincere thanks are due to them also. So I would like to thank all of you. I do need not to mention their name, but I sincere regards to them already. So be happy. We want that next year we will also organize this kind of program again in the institute to the support our director sir. So with the kind permission of the chair, if I miss somebody, please I just apologize me. I know that I have forgotten many people's name. I have forgotten. Director sir's name I told, but under instrument who is operating I also mentioned. So I didn't forget. So I know many name I forgot, but at the end I like to thank that you are here. Since you are here, that institute is here. Since you are here, that institute is running. Until unless you are not there, we won't be there. So your blessings are support are required. Thank you one and all. Thank you with the kind permission of the chair. We would like to conclude the session here. Thank you. Thank you, sir. So big time. I have taken long time for this, sir.
You are in that field of